temple, to the Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. My name is Ava, and I'm in my hammock in Hawaii, bringing you your March 2026 Astro Tarot forecasts, relevant to you if your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign is Capricorn. This is a combination of astrology and its tarot. I keep it very simple, direct, and hopefully relevant. I follow the transits of Mars and Venus exclusively because it gives us the yin-yang, male-female, left-right energy of the month. This month, Mars is transiting your third house in Pisces, and Venus is transiting your fourth house in Aries. The third house is the house of the mind, the idea of learning and studying and gaining knowledge. It's also considered to be the house of everyday routine activities, your community, your surrounding neighbors, and people who are in your social circle. It's about your siblings as well. So with Mars there, you're going to be much more intellectually astute, aware. You may be exchanging information, knowledge, ideas within your community, interacting with them, networking through them, through your neighborhood or through your local community, or with your siblings. Much more intense communication with your siblings. There's an activization of your to-do list. You are hell-bent on getting things done this month, making sure that all the menial tasks are completed with efficiency and mental attention. You might get a little bit annoyed with other people around you who aren't as motivated to accomplish things in their everyday life. Now Venus, on the other hand, is moving into your fourth house. This gives you a completely different energy. Venus symbolizes harmony, love, money. So the home will be your sanctuary. It will also perhaps be where you're putting a lot of aesthetic attention, beautifying your home, making it more comfortable, welcoming, bringing people into the home for celebration of emotional events or in an emotional exchange within the home. The home becomes your private place of emotional satisfaction, comfort. Capricorns love their home, and this month it might be even a reprieve from the kind of socializing, community socializing that's also going on. So it becomes the balance. You go to your home to find the healing and the loving, nurturing environment that you crave. So it's going to be a beautiful month of both internal growth, knowledge-based growth. Maybe you become a student of some new form of knowledge, or you become just very inquisitive and you want to share this knowledge with your community. You might become a community leader in some way, because Mars is the energy of leadership, activation, forward moving. So you might be starting a new intellectual knowledge journey. All of this can be used now as the background, the grounding, the anchor for the upcoming tarot forecast. And I want to thank you for joining me. If you have to depart for any reason, and if you need my personal and private help, there's a link below to my web page, my shop page on my website, grandcentralhealing.com. I appreciate your donations, your support, and your communication with me about this reading, whether it resonates. If it resonates, please let me know how, so you can share this also with the broader community that's watching. So now let's wait for our tarot forecast. Namaste and aloha. Welcome, Capricorn, to your tarot forecast for March 2026. This is a tarot reading that is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Capricorn. Well, we've had a very exciting, I think, astrological forecast with the third and the fourth house being activated, energized, giving you a possibility for intellectual and home expansion. So let's put in 2 reversals to this deck, and then continue to shuffle a little more. The cards are pre-shuffled. This is a 4-card spread. The first card represents the overall mood or energy of the month. And wow, we have a major arcana challenge. We have, let me put this in there so that you can see it. That is the Tower. The Tower. Well, if we look at the card closely, you can see that it's a tower that has just been hit by a bolt of lightning, which causes the tower to fall. There's fire coming out of the windows, and the inhabitants are also jumping out of that collapsing tower. Well, this is a very, very interesting development here. In the position of the overall energy or mood of the month, it means there's sudden, radical shifts this month. Shifts that dismantle existing structures to make way for more authentic, solid foundations. It's like the walls of Jericho are falling down. Upheaval upheaval in your living situations or in your community, dramatic changes at home and in your community. This often means changing homes, changing community groups, sudden relocation or disruption that shakes your sense of security. Or because the third house is also about knowledge, a dismantling of a previously held knowledge base or structure, a dramatic rethink. Now, it could also be an aesthetic overhaul of your home or within your community. In the context of community, it heralds a collapse of established institutions or social groups, or just shared belief systems, a restructuring of shared belief systems. Some of you will just be liberated from your ivory tower, and there's a spring cleaning that clears the ground from stagnation or removing yourself from a toxic environment, or just freeing yourself from a comfort zone that you've established, where growth has become stagnant. You need to surrender to the change that's coming, Capricorn. Don't resist it. You have to rebuild to establish a more sturdy and secure environment. So that, I think, is the overall energy of the month. Drama, drama, drama. Let's put this right over here and continue to the second position, the position of what will challenge you. And we have a Cups challenge, an emotional challenge. We have the Queen of Cups. She is the queen of emotions, the queen of her emotional life. And so there may be an inability for you to say no. No to your siblings, or to your community, or to home demands. You may be overgiving to the point where you're neglecting your own emotional needs. This could be something like a form of escapism, where instead of addressing the practical issues before you, you retreat into your inner world. Sort of like meditation escapism. Or on the other hand, you might be using emotions to overcome or overpower others, to manipulate or control a situation. Don't do that. So you need to prioritize self-care over the demands of others, or perhaps just to set emotional boundaries, to balance your head with your heart, or maybe just to ground your intuitive insights into practical actions. in order to ensure home and community stability. Or you're just feeling emotionally exhausted. And with Venus in the 4th, you have to spend time in your home as a sanctuary to recover. That, I believe, is the challenge of the month. So now, let's put that here and continue to your position of the unexpected cards and continue to the 3rd position. The 3rd position is the unexpected, that which you hadn't anticipated, or comes as a sort of a surprise. Wow, you love this. You always get this. I don't know if it. Money always seems to come to a Capricorn much more easily than other signs. That is the card of wealth and family. That is the 10 of Pentacles. In the card, we see a multi-generational family. And 10 is the pinnacle of material success, which is why the card is called wealth. And it's in the position of the unexpected. So an unforeseen windfall, bringing sudden domestic stability and abundance. You might find your forever home. You might be rebuilding, restructuring your home, beautifying your home. Or you receive community support or wealth through community. You receive substantial support or resources from either your family or from community, making you feel very rooted, grateful, secure, and allowing you perhaps even to start your legacy, to start working on your legacy. This is about ancestral connections, going home, maybe re-establishing ancestral connections. Suddenly, there may be a feeling that you click or you belong or you find your place, your niche within a community or a family. But the changes that are coming with the Tower obviously lead to a much more secure and rooted environment. This is the opposite of the Tower. This is about effortless integration into your community or into your home. The universe has your back. And projects with community or within your home are blessed. Well, it seems that you are able to overcome your challenge, because this is about both emotional and practical integration into your home and into your community. So how much better could that be? You might be a recipient of a very large windfall, now in the position of the outcome, the final position, what this all has been leading up to. We have the Two of Wands, a fire card. Twos are about decisions, partnerships, and Wands is a fire card. It's about a very quick and fast decisions, making plans. If we look at the card closely, we have a gentleman standing at the very edge of his domain, his world, his estate, and he has the world, the globe, in his hands. So you've got the world in the palm of your hands. This leads, all of what I have been forecasting leads to a decisive moment of choice. A choice between your established domain, structure, and venturing out to explore broader options, broader territory, new possibilities. This is about planning, envisioning, imagining. You're planning a long-term goal, perhaps finalizing a shared roadmap, or just redesigning your future living situation. And again, overcoming your challenge, the Queen of Cups. You're not just dreaming about it. You're out there doing, making plans. This is expansion versus conformity or comfort. You may have outgrown your current living situation, or your current living situation changes dramatically. Perhaps you are using your sense of diplomacy, or you're getting diplomatic guidance, or there are diplomatic alliances. Perhaps you're just managing your household or community groups with a lot of flair and imagination. On the other hand, you just might become a leader, an advisor, a visionary. That is the outcome for March 2026. And I want to thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And on this very windy day, I wish you namaste and aloha.